Now, rivers are a vital part of the Midlands landscape, but how much do we actually know about what goes on under the surface? The Environment Agency is using special underwater cameras linked to computers to track fish up and down rivers in the Midlands. And as our environment correspondent David Gregory-Kumar discovered, they're providing new information about a previously mysterious world.
A swirl of minnows, perch and dace moving through in the early evening, even a predatory pike, and all swimming uphill over this weir. And it's all thanks to an ingenious solution to man-made obstacles like weirs, the fish pass.
So this channel through here is the fish pass. You've got the two concrete kind of bollards either side, and then the channel which has got baffles set into the bottom, and that's where the water flows. And those baffles, they basically just slow the water down and allow the fish to move up.
But this fish pass is rather special. To check it's working, the Environment Agency have installed an underwater fish camera.
It gives us loads of information. It tells us about the species using the fish pass. It tells us how many fish are passing up and down through the fish pass. We can link that with data such as temperature and flow, so we can get an idea of migrational behaviour when those fish are moving, and link that to the reasons why as well.
Now, you might think a river looks empty, but thanks to the camera we can see it's teeming with life. Perch, dace, pike and the minnows passing through the camera, even an otter.
That was the best day at work ever. As far as I'm aware, that sort of footage hasn't been seen before, so it's really exciting to see it.
Now, you might wonder why it matters that we have fish moving up and down our rivers. Well, they need to move upstream, many of them, to breed, they need to move to feed. But also in tributaries like this, they want to move up into these tributaries to escape pollution incidents on the main river.
Of course, there's plenty of work to keep all this technology clean and working underwater for a year, but the result provides huge amounts of new information about the health of our rivers.
And David is here with us now. Just how hard is it for our fish to move up and down our rivers?
It actually can be really hard, Mary, but it is getting better. There are thousands of man-made obstacles all over our rivers, making life hard for fish. And it's not just the famous species like salmon and eels that need to move up big rivers like the Severn. Freshwater fish migrate too. So if you can't remove a weir, then putting in a fish pass is often the answer to increasing this sort of movement. And although they look simple, there's a lot of design involved in a fish pass. The slope, the shape of the entrance, it's all important. And that's why the camera is so useful, because it allows us to make sure we're getting it right. Now, as we saw, the whole system doesn't just produce this sort of video, it also counts the fish going up and down. And the Environment Agency can use computer software to work out the likely weight of the fish passing in front of the camera. It also catches some nice behaviour. This pike is actually probably using the camera tunnel as cover for its hunting, which seems to work, so it's not long after it's back, and this time it's an unlucky perch, which we've signed with an arrow in the murk in its mouth. Now, this weekend could be a really good one to see our most spectacular migratory fish making their way upriver, the salmon. Although they will use a fish pass, they will still try the more dramatic and not always successful way to get over a weir. Salmon love dull grey skies with a falling floodwater level, and as the visibility improves within the water, the salmon begin to jump, which means this weekend should be ideal. Tewkesbury, Shrewsbury, Ludlow and Worcester all have weirs where you have a good chance of seeing some action. We've put the exact locations and much more information online at facebook.com/Midlands Today. Mary.
That's great. Thanks very much, David.